Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy MonsterCast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy MonsterCast, the Legion of Liberty must defeat a detachment of Hessian scouts to clear the way for Washington's crossing of the Delaware. Previously on the Happy MonsterCast, the Continental Army has formed the Legion of Liberty, a unit of superhumans fighting for freedom from the British Crown. Elijah Allen, Master of Mind Control. Artemis Crow, Invisible Assassin. Petanoat, the Wampanoag Swamp Monster. Lara Washington, Super Soldier. And Victoria Spellman, the Human Cannon. General Washington is planning a surprise attack on Christmas against the Hessian garrison in Trenton, but his surprise attack will fail if the Legion cannot defeat a squad of Hessian sentries. So you are in the midst of a brawl with a group of Hessian cavalrymen who were posted as pickets west of the main Hessian camp at Trenton. And your mission is to keep them from escaping and warning the Hessians that Washington is planning to cross the Delaware and ambush them on Christmas Day. And as we begin, we are entering a new round of combat.
And somebody drew a joker, I think.
And Artemis drew a joker, yes.
Nice.
So you can go first if you wish, or you can wait and go whenever you like. But it's Benny's all around.
Okay, so just to recap, so down here, the guys on the horses, these dudes down here.
Yes.
So one's dead, one is stunned, and I got two more on horses. Okay.
Two more who are attempting to mount, but they haven't been successful yet.
Okay.
And then you're still invisible. You're also next to two guys who are, one of whom is shaken and one of whom is not, and is beating down on Victoria pretty hard.
Well, okay.
Speaker.
Yeah.
And Elijah, just for the record, your musket is currently empty.
Oh no. Well, I'll need to. I need to reload as soon as I get a chance.
I will try to bolt this guy on the horse.
Okay.
All right.
You can hit the eyeball. As a reminder, you can hit the eyeball next to the power to have that happen automatically.
Like so?
Like so, yeah. So then you can click the bolt button first, and then the damage button if it succeeds.
Okay.
It will be at -2 because you're already using another power, but that's really not going to matter in this case. Well, actually, no, it does. That will not hit because you're concentrating on staying invisible. So that's going to give you a -2 on the bolt, unless you'd like to Benny it.
I'm gonna Benny that. So I can just re-roll this with a Benny.
Just click the re-roll spinning Benny thing.
Oh
no.
That didn't work out well at all. Okay, so with the critical failure, you are muddled and you have lost your ability to bolt for the remainder of the combat.
Okay. Damn it.
This is the occasional risk of using a Benny, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys.
It happens.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. I forgot you drew a joker. That cancels out the -2, and you do actually hit that guy.
Nice.
Oof. Ooh,
I will give you your Benny back, yes.
The Benny back. Okay,
Nice. And that is enough to shake that guy.
Nice. You joker.
All right, so he is now shaken. All right, next up is the shaken Hessian cavalryman who is next to you, who is going to attempt to unshake. And fail.
Awesome.
So what he is going to do in the hopes of helping out his comrade here is come up next to Virginia. That doesn't actually do much other than if he manages to unshake next time, then he would get a gang up bonus. Okay, next up is another shaken Hessian cavalryman, this one over by Clara. And he also fails to unshake, but he's going to stay in the fight trying to take out this very clearly very dangerous individual. And that takes us to Elijah. Okay, so reloading a black powder weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Reloading your musket takes 3 actions.
Oh, God.
So there's a couple ways you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Option 1 is you reload each round for the next 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Option 2 is you try to go faster, in which case you have to make a shooting roll with a potential multi-action penalty. So, for example, if you wanted to reload two of your reload actions this round, you could make a shooting roll at -2. And if you wanted to do all 3 of them, you could make a shooting roll at -4. But if you succeeded, you'd be reloaded this round.
But how does that work? Does it take, can I activate that the first round, or do I have to reload then activate that?
So you can reload.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 2 options. You can reload, actually 3 options. Mm-hmm. Assuming you want to reload, you have 3 options. Option 1, do the first part of the reload this round and then do another reload action next round.
Mm-hmm.
Option 2, do 2 reload actions this round, which would allow you to do only 1 reload action next round and then be reloaded. But that you'd have to make a shooting roll at -2 to do that successfully and not drop your cartridge.
I see.
Or option 3, try to reload really fast, in which case you have to make a shooting roll at -4, but you would be reloaded this round and able to shoot next round.
Okay. And it takes 3 rounds for the flintlock pistol?
Yes. It's
okay.
3 rounds to reload if you do it 1 round at a time.
Okay. I think
you
I'll
could
do
also reload and do something else. Mm-hmm. That other thing would have a -2, but you could still do the something else.
Okay. Yeah, can that something else be moving? Would I have a negative penalty on moving?
Moving doesn't count at all. So you're all clear to move however you like.
I'm going to move further down, closer to the horses. And I'll reload there, just focusing on the puppeted guy I have and maintaining concentration with him and his action.
Okay. I believe he is the one that is shaken here, correct?
He was he's the one right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's the shaken one.
Yeah. So I'll just reload and then do that.
Okay, so move and reload.
I should have talked to the other guy. I'm sorry.
No worries. So that takes us to one of the cavalrymen who is not engaged, and he is going to attempt a riding roll. To get on his horse. And he is mounted now. So this guy is mounted. Clara, you have 2 guys surrounding you, and they're both shaken. And you have an excellent opportunity to sweep here if you like.
Sorry, did you say sneak?
Sweep.
Sweep. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I was planning to do.
No, terrible time to sneak. Great time to sweep.
Good luck. Good luck with that.
Sorry.
You can make a shield roll. You can roll your shield for that purpose.
Because I can see sweep in my edges.
Right, but just basically you make the attack at -2, but it hits both of them. Assuming it hits.
Okay.
which that's the damage roll. Go ahead and make a, if you click on the weapon icon on your character sheet next to the shield, that will do the trick. Okay, so that will not hit them unless you would like to Benny it.
Let's go ahead and Benny that. And try not to critically fail.
Ooh.
No, that definitely doesn't critically fail. All right, so you whirl around and you drop both of these guys.
Nice.
Well played.
I like that.
So he's down, which means you could also move if you like.
Let's go towards the horse who's mounted.
Okay, so
He's over here?
Yeah, you can move 6. Bingo. There you go.
Okay.
All right, you're now in melee with him, which should at least slow him down in terms of riding away.
If I have to, I'll bash that horse's legs.
All right, next up we have another Hessian cavalryman who does fail to unshake, so he's not able to mount up at this time. And then we have Pet Noah, who is in full crazy
Swamp
Thing mode. And he is going to charge. And he's going to try to take out this guy who's trying to mount. Oh, pity he didn't succeed on that one. Because that was a lot of damage, but that does not hit. Okay, Victoria, you are in melee with 2 guys, one of whom is shaken.
Yes, I'd like to saber the one who's shaken.
Saber away. That will miss. That will miss again.
Okay.
Save your last penny.
Yes.
Okay, and last up is the puppeted cavalryman. Who, whoops, that is not correct. I need to unshake Noah there. There we go. Last up is the Hessian cavalryman, who also needs to unshake and fails. So he's not able to do anything to help you out this round either.
Yeah. Oh.
All right, and that takes us to round 4. And Victoria's up first with the Queen of Hearts. You got more than half these guys taken down now, so you're on the right road. Would you like to try to saber him again?
Yes.
Good luck.
Big stabby energy.
Thank you.
Still not good enough. Man,
It's not cutting it.
Your damage rolls are amazing, but this guy is just a little bit too good at fighting for you. And of course, you are. It's not necessarily your forte either. Okay, next up is the guy who's up against Clara. So he is going to try to hit you. Whoops, he's not shaken. Makes sense. There we go. Well, that's just annoying. All right, fair enough. He is going to try to hit you with his saber. And I don't believe that will succeed.
I was going to say, I think I have parry also, right?
You absolutely do have parry, and it is more than sufficient to block that. So he swings his shield at you, and you just contemptuously, or he swings his saber at you, and you contemptuously bat it aside with your shield.
Nice.
All right, next up is the guy who's throwing down with Pet Know It. I need to make sure I have him selected and not his horse. and he will attempt to unshake, and he succeeds in unshaking. So he sizes up the situation, and he's like, okay, I'm not going to be able to ride away with this swamp thing in my face. So he is going to attempt to saber Pet Noah here. And that's definitely going to hit. Or does it hit with a raise, though? It does hit with a raise.
Frank's character's been getting pummeled.
He has been getting pummeled, yeah. So that is, but he's got a lot of bennies.
Well, that's good then.
So he takes 17 damage.
Oh,
Which
can't
is
so giddy of that.
But yes, he can. But he's state shifted, so that gives him +3 armor. So that makes his toughness 10 currently, which means that will shake him and do 1 wound, which he can then spend bennies to attempt to soak.
Oh, that's not nearly as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, wow.
And he will soak that. So the guy just wails on him with his saber, and it just gets tangled in the swampy excrescences that are surround his body right now. So it doesn't really get anywhere. Okay, next up is the shaken Hessian cavalryman next to Victoria, and he does not. I keep doing that to Pet Noah. All right, and he unshakes. So he's going to take a swing with his saber at Victoria, and he will miss. She manages to deflect it.
Nice.
Awesome.
And that takes us to Elijah.
Okay. All right. So the guy I currently have puppeted, he's obviously busy being shaken.
Yes.
Is there? I'm gonna try to. Let's see. At the bottom, one of the guys are dead. Is that skull symbol? So there's only 3.
All 3 of those guys are dead. So there are
okay.
These 2 up here are alive, and these 3 down here are alive, one of whom you currently control. If you try to puppet somebody else, it's going to be at -2 because you're already maintaining the puppet on the first guy, unless you drop it and puppet somebody else.
Okay. Fine. I'll just stay with the one I'm working on and continue to reload on my second turn.
Okay. So after next turn, you'll be reloaded.
Cool.
This is why pirates always had like 6 pistols stuffed into their belt.
That's some food for thought.
All right, that takes us to Pet Noah, who is going to try to smack down on this cavalryman again. And that one is going to hit.
Cool.
So he shakes the guy who is, he shakes his target there.
That seemed like a good roll.
Yep, solid. Next up is your shaken cavalryman, who does not unshake. And next up is Artemis.
Okay. I think with Clara in melee range of this guy on the horse, I'm going to turn my attention to these guys up here that are near Victoria. I'm in melee range of this guy, yes?
You are, yes, and you get a +1 gang up bonus for Victoria.
Okay, he's going to get a knife in the neck.
You would do it.
Here it comes. And here it comes.
Ooh.
That will hit with a raise. So he does, in fact, get a knife in the neck and goes down.
Decapitate him? What the heck?
And he's not decapitated. He's just had his throat slit.
Exsanguinated. That's a good word, exsanguination.
It is a good word. It's a bit fancy to say he's a bit bloodied up.
Colorful language, really.
I tell you.
All right, so he's out. And that takes us to Clara. There are now 3 surviving Hessians, plus one who's puppeted.
So Pet Noah has pretty much taken care of his guy, right? And then they're just the guys.
Well, he's tied. He's shaking him anyway, so he's not going anywhere. Probably.
Okay, then I'm going to run over. Well, who's left?
There's a guy right in front of you who's left. Yeah.
This dude.
I'm sorry, he was under the horse. All right, let's get him. Now, is he riding?
He is currently mounted. Yes. Okay.
Good.
Yeah, can I just knock him off?
You connected with the shield bash, but not hard enough to either shake or wound him. So I'm going to say no. But you've kept him engaged in melee. So if he wants to ride away, he's going to, it's going to be a problem for him at a minimum. And Victoria goes first again.
Woohoo!
Lucky you.
Man, look at me in the 2s today.
And once again, the ineffective saber attack, but at least the guy's still engaged.
Yay!
Okay, next up is Pet Noah. And he's going to throw down with his swampy arms. And he will hit. And he will drop this guy.
Cool.
Nice.
And then he will move over here to reinforce Clara. Artemis, you are no longer in melee range.
Right. I'm going to move 1 square so I can be in melee range with this guy.
Okay.
How do I move?
You can use your arrow keys or drag and drop, either way.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. So, yeah, he is also going to get a knife in the neck. And here it comes.
That does not hit. Unless you want to Benny it.
How many pennies do I have? Yeah, I'm going to re-roll with a penny.
That, on the other hand,
Nice.
nearly decapitates him. You just reach around invisibly and slash the knife across his neck, and his head kind of flops back as he drops bonelessly to the ground.
That's what I like to see.
That's what I'm talking
Well
about.
worth the penny. Well worth it.
Okay, the puppeted guy is going to attempt to unshake. And that's not the puppeted guy. That's the puppeted guy. And he succeeds. What would you like him to do?
Oh.
Here we go.
Is he still next to someone that's living?
He is next to the last surviving non-puppeted Hessian at this point.
Okay, he's gonna try to shoot him.
He has already fired his pistol. Would you like him to reload or use his
blade?
saber?
He was attacking him with a blade, I think. Last time.
And that is going to shake his opponent because that's a solid hit with the saber.
Nice.
Okay, next up, Elijah. So you could reload and shoot this round. Your shooting would be at -2, -3 because he's in melee, or you could just reload.
I'm gonna try to shoot. I'll take the penalty. I have a couple of bennies. I'll give it a shot and see what happens.
So you ram the ball into the pistol, stuff the ramrod back under the barrel, and level your pistol and fire.
Okay. All right. So I'll just click on the weapon symbol.
Yep.
Okay.
That hits, but not with a raise because of the penalty.
Yeah.
That is enough to shake the Hessian.
Nice. There we go. I'll take it.
All right. And now, sorry, I tricked the wrong one. No, so he's already shaken, which means you drop him. So the only surviving Hessian is, in fact,
Awesome.
the one that's currently puppeted.
Nice. GG, folks.
Nice.
All right, so that will end the combat. What would you like to do with this puppeted Hessian?
You want to question him? Anybody?
Yeah. What's the disposition of the other Hessians? How far away are they? All that stuff. Any useful information?
Yeah, we'll
So
try to.
he of course spills his guts because he's puppeted and really has no reason not to.
Mhm.
And he is so they're about 5 miles away, and the camp is not ready. They've been celebrating Christmas Eve and probably drinking heavily. There was plenty of ale and cider available for them. So it appears that Washington has preserved surprise. And
Nice.
a few hours later, the vanguard of Washington's force finds you in the clearing here with this Hessian who Pat Noah has tied up,
Mhm.
and then moves on to envelop the Hessian camp. And that means that the Battle of Trenton is on.
All right.
So
Here we go.
this is
I feel like we did okay. We're going to do okay there.
I think so. Well, they're outnumbered and surrounded. It's a bad combination. So this is
And drunk.
and drunk. Yes, that doesn't help either. So this will be a mass battle. So yeah, similar to ones we've done in the past. You can decide what you want to do to assist or not in the course of the battle. And then those rolls will add to Washington's bonuses as you as you come into battle here. So just going down the character list here, Elijah, what would you like to do, if anything, to assist Washington?
Let me look at my skills real quick. I would try to assist in the battle tactics, if I could.
Okay. That's good enough to give Washington a +1.
Yeah, I'll take
Artemis.
Being invisible, can I go in amongst the Hessians and spike their signaler, whether that's a flagman or a bugler or drummer?
Certainly a possibility. Give me an invisibility roll. Actually, no, give me a stealth roll.
Okay. My sheet is not cooperating. Okay, here we go.
Yep, that's good enough for another +1 for Washington.
Nice.
All right. Clara.
I'm always in the vanguard.
Fighting?
Unless, unless you're like Southern General. And then I'll just watch for a bit.
Fair enough. I'm a general. Whee! All right, so give me a fighting roll.
Okay.
Very nice. That's another +1 for Washington. This is not likely to go well for them. And Victoria.
All right, yeah, I'd like to just mow through the ranks as much as I can and weaken them.
Give me a blast.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, so close, but still a raise. So I would like a 2d6 roll, please, because you might have a special effect on the battle. That is a valor, so that gives a +2, which means that the Continental Army has a whopping total of a +10.
Let's do this.
Wow.
So let's see how Washington does with battle roll here. Plus 10. Yeah.
That's quite good.
Solid.
That's an 18.
Wow. Here we are.
Next up, we have Colonel Johann Rahl. Let's see how he does on his with no bonuses whatsoever. 3.
Ooh.
So that's not pretty. So that's going to be significant casualties. The Colonials are fighting well. There is, really no significant casualties on their side, but they've lost about a third of the Hessian force at this point, which means that the leader must now make a spirit roll. Which will be at -2 for the third of his force that he just lost. And he surrenders.
Wow.
Look, there he is surrendering right now.
Roll. Da-da-da-da.
What a cakewalk.
Yeah, that was quick.
So the victory at Trenton is a huge boost to colonial morale. And the war is moving south, which means that all of you are going to have a new mission.
Mm.
So you've been dispatched to South Carolina.
Ugh.
Oh, joy.
Yep. Since the start of the revolution, the Chickamauga Cherokee have been fighting with the British. And pretty much there have been continuous hostilities between those Cherokee and colonial militia since the beginning of the war. But the Cherokee depend on supplies provided by the British. There's a trading post near their territory, and so the British, who have now taken Charleston, have been shipping material upriver from Charleston via the Ashley River, and then portaging across to the Edisto River and going up the South Fork to Cherokee territory. So basically, they're running up through here and then portaging and then running up through here.
Mm.
But they've recently taken up a new approach. They are running supplies to Savannah and smuggling them upriver here, which gives them a more direct route to Cherokee territory. So your mission is to intercept the shipment along the river and deal with whatever you find there.
Mm.
You are able to, you are provided with transport to Savannah, and you arrive in the city in the early spring. It's quite a bit warmer than what you were used to in Valley Forge, that's for certain. So what would you like to do when you arrive in Savannah?
I would like to buy another flintlock pistol.
If you want to requisition another flintlock pistol, the Continental Army will be happy to provide you with one.
Fantastic. I would love that.
So you now have a brace of pistols.
All right.
Would anyone else like to resupply anything?
Um,
I would also like a vigor roll from Victoria for natural. Actually, 2 of them for natural healing.
All right, hold on.
That did
That's
it.
better.
So you have healed your wound.
Excellent.
Nice.
All right, so here you are in beautiful Savannah, Georgia. So is anyone else looking for supplies of any sort?
If there's a nicer shield, I'll take it.
Shields aren't really, so you're
It's a little passe.
they're a little passe, but you do find a patriot carpenter who who builds you a sturdy shield out of lime wood and paints it with the new Continental battle flag symbol of 13 stars on a blue field.
Okay.
You now have this very distinctive shield, and he also rigs it with a very nice back strap so you can carry it on your back when you're not actively using it.
How convenient and thoughtful.
Scott, I think I would like to get an additional pistol as well. I think I'm only carrying one.
Okay. So, yeah, you can absolutely do that. Let me add those to your inventory in both cases, which is really slick the way this works in Foundry, because I basically just drag and drop it into your inventory.
How fun.
I'm carrying 3 throwing knives, right?
Yes.
That's probably good enough.
Okay, so there's Elijah's pistol, and there's Artemis's pistol. Make sure you have an appropriate amount of shot. Yeah, you've got 20 rounds of shot as your standard cartridge pouch. That's plenty. Victoria, you want any gear?
I think I'm good for now.
Would you like a bayonet?
Yeah, for the brown vest, yeah.
It does give you a parry bonus.
True. And I have something just close up after I shoot.
Yep. It gives you a parry bonus, which is nice. And it's also reach, so you can attack from people who aren't in reach of your saber.
Ooh.
I mean, these were long weapons. If you think about the traditional loading drill, they would hold the bullet in their teeth and then spit it into the barrel. And this was not a long distance that they had to spit it either, with the butt on the ground. So these were like 4.5 feet long.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, practically pole arms already.
Pretty much, yeah. The rare rifles tended to be much shorter because they didn't have to be so long, and also because there was no point in trying to load them quickly, because you had to wrap the bullet in a leather pouch and then painstakingly ram it down through the rifling in the barrel in order to get it into position. So, whereas the standard for line infantry was about a 15-second reload, which if you've ever seen somebody try to do it, it's fast. The best infantry could do 4 shots a minute. A rifle was 1 to 2 minutes to reload.
Oh, what a pain. I mean, that's several times longer.
But you could hit it. They had target. Could hit targets at 300-400 yards, whereas a musket would be lucky to hit a target at 50.
Oh wow! So yeah, quite a distance.
Yeah. So it's they
That's
were
wild.
very useful for skirmishing, not so useful for mass blasting away, which was standard British tactics, really. All right, so I think we will leave it here as you arrive in Savannah, and you can deal with the Cherokee next week. You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook as Happy Monster Press, at our website, happymonsterpress.com, Twitter as Happy Monster PRS, or follow the podcast on YouTube, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, iTunes, or Google Play Music. The Happy Monster Cast is part of the Savage Worlds Media Network. This game references the Savage Worlds game system available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial media content, permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle, and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, and characters' logos and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Background music is Ice Cold by Jason Shaw.
Oh, for sure.